Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Let me ask you something. How many times have you hesitated, held back, or changed your mind because you were afraid of what someone else might think? How many dreams have you abandoned? How many opportunities have you missed, all because you were worried about being judged? It's time to break free from that mindset. It's time to stop living for others and start living for yourself. You see, from an early age, we are conditioned to seek approval. We are taught that being liked, accepted, and validated by others means we are doing something right. But what happens when that approval starts controlling your life? What happens when you silence your own voice just to fit into someone else's expectations? That's when you stop truly living. Today, I want to help you reclaim your power. I want to show you how to stop caring about what others think and start living a life that is truly yours. Because the truth is, no matter what you do, people will always have opinions. Some will approve, some will judge, some will support you, and some will criticize. But at the end of the day, their opinions do not define you, only you do. So are you ready to break free from the fear of judgment? Are you ready to step into your true self with confidence and courage? Then let's dive in, because this is your moment to rise above the noise and start living authentically. How to stop caring what others think of you. Understanding why we care. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever held yourself back from doing something you truly wanted, simply because you were afraid of what others might think? Have you ever changed your decisions, your dreams, or even your personality just to fit into someone else's expectations? If so, you're not alone. From the time we are young, we are taught to seek approval. We want to be liked. We want to fit in. And while this is natural, it can also become a prison, one where we live our lives according to the opinions of others instead of our own desires. But the truth is, no matter what you do, people will always have opinions. You cannot control what they think, but you can control how much power you give those opinions over your life. The first step in breaking free from the need for validation is understanding why we care in the first place. It often comes from a fear of rejection. We associate disapproval with being alone, with being unworthy, with failure. But let me tell you something. Your worth is not defined by someone else's opinion. Their judgment does not change your value. The only approval you truly need is your own. Think about this. How often have you stopped yourself from doing something you love just because of what someone else might say? Maybe you wanted to pursue a certain career, but you were afraid of being judged. Maybe you wanted to express yourself in a unique way, but you held back because it didn't fit societal expectations. The truth is, every time you let someone else's opinion dictate your choices, you are giving them control over your life. It's important to realize that people's opinions are often a reflection of their own fears, insecurities, and limitations. When someone criticizes your dreams or belittles your ambitions, it's usually because they are projecting their own self-doubt onto you. Recognizing this will help you separate the negativity from your truth. Another reason we care so much is the desire to belong. Human beings are wired for connection, and we often confuse acceptance with approval. But true belonging doesn't come from conforming. It comes from being accepted for who you truly are. The people who truly matter in your life will respect and support you, regardless of whether you meet society's expectations or not. So how do you begin to break free? The first step is self-awareness. Pay attention to when and why you seek validation. Ask yourself, is this something I truly want, or am I doing it to please others? When you can identify the moments when you're prioritizing other people's opinions over your own happiness, you can start making conscious decisions to change, taking back your power. Once you understand why you care so much about what others think, the next step is learning how to take back your power. The truth is, people's opinions are just that, opinions. They are based on their own experiences, insecurities, and perspectives. They are not facts, and they certainly don't define you. Start by challenging your fears. What's the worst that could happen if someone disapproves of you? Would your life end? Would you suddenly lose all of your worth? Of course not. The reality is, most people are too caught up in their own lives to spend much time judging yours. And even if they do, their opinions will pass, just like the wind. You must learn to trust yourself. Your dreams, your goals, your values, they belong to you, and no one else has the right to dictate how you live your life. Every time you let fear stop you, you are giving someone else control over your destiny. Do you really want to give away your power like that? A practical way to stop caring so much is to practice detachment. Instead of seeking approval, seek growth. Instead of worrying about what others think, ask yourself, am I happy with my choices? When you focus on your own journey, you'll realize that outside opinions lose their grip on you. Another powerful technique to build self-confidence is setting personal boundaries. Boundaries are not about shutting people out, they're about protecting your peace and your values. You have the right to say no without feeling guilty. You have the right to walk away from toxic people who constantly judge and belittle you. The more you stand up for yourself, the stronger your sense of self will become. Also remember that the more you step outside of your comfort zone, the less you will care about judgment. Confidence is built through action. If you're afraid to do something because of what others might think, do it anyway. The more you face your fears, the more you prove to yourself that their opinions don't matter. Each time you take a risk, you gain more power over your own life. It's also helpful to surround yourself with people who encourage your growth rather than stifle it. The people you spend the most time with influence how you see yourself. If you're around negativity, you will absorb it. But if you surround yourself with individuals who uplift you, inspire you, and remind you of your worth, you will naturally start to care less about those who don't. Lastly, practice self-validation. When you achieve something, acknowledge it. When you make a decision, trust it. When you set a goal, believe in your ability to accomplish it. The more you validate yourself, the less you will seek it from others. True freedom comes when you realize that your own approval is enough. Next, remind yourself that most people are too focused on their own lives to constantly judge yours. The truth is, people's opinions are fleeting. They might judge you today and forget about it tomorrow. So why waste your energy worrying about something so temporary? It's time to shift your focus from seeking validation to seeking self-acceptance. Ask yourself, are you living for others or are you living for yourself? Are you making choices based on your happiness or based on the fear of judgment? When you start prioritizing your own joy and fulfillment, you'll begin to realize just how living authentically and embracing freedom. The final step in freeing yourself from the opinions of others is to fully embrace your authenticity. This means living your life according to your values, passions, and beliefs without seeking approval from anyone else. It means making decisions that align with who you truly are rather than what others expect of you. When you start living authentically, you not only find inner peace, but you also attract people who genuinely appreciate you for who you are. One of the most empowering realizations is that you are the only person who has to live with your decisions. The people who judge you won't be the ones facing the consequences of your choices. You will. So why let their opinions dictate your actions? At the end of the day, you are responsible for your own happiness. Living authentically means choosing your own joy over external validation. To live authentically, start by defining your core values. What truly matters to you? What kind of life do you want to create? When you have a clear understanding of your values, it becomes easier to make decisions that align with them. You no longer feel the need to conform to societal expectations because you know what is right for you. Another important step is to surround yourself with supportive, like-minded individuals. When you are constantly around people who encourage you to be yourself, you naturally start caring less about what others think. True friends and supportive mentors will respect and appreciate you for who you are, not for who they want you to be. Additionally, practice self-compassion. We often judge ourselves more harshly than anyone else ever could. We fear being judged because deep down we are already judging ourselves. When you learn to be kind and forgiving to yourself, external criticism loses its power over you. Understand that making mistakes is a part of growth and that you are worthy of love and respect just as you are. One of the biggest indicators of confidence and self-assurance is the ability to say no without guilt. People pleasers struggle with this because they fear disappointing others. But learning to say no to things that don't align with your values and priorities is a crucial step in reclaiming your freedom. You don't owe anyone an explanation for doing what is best for you. Finally, remind yourself that people's opinions are temporary. What someone thinks about you today may change tomorrow. People are often too busy worrying about their own lives to dwell on your choices. The truth is, most people are not paying as much attention to you as you think they are. The moment you decide to live for yourself, you unlock a new level of freedom. You are no longer held back by fear or social pressure. You start living a life that is truly yours. One filled with purpose, confidence, and fulfillment. So go forward with courage. Trust yourself. Believe in your path. And most importantly, stop caring about what others think. Because the only opinion that truly matters is your own.